Sorry, my lesson video. I got nice and quality here. Lost the golf ball. I'll pretend that never happened. Okay. Sorry, Jeff. We'll put that cracked one in there.
That was great. Wow. All right.
Good. All right, so let's see another one.
Okay.
We're going to go down the line here and videotape it a little bit.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
So to me on camera, that looked like it was a little pushed into the right.
Yeah, it started off a little to the right. The last two were straightened into the right. So
Okay.
I don't feel like my hips were as fast that time through the ball. My hands felt like a little faster.
There you go.
That was the perfect one. That was like the other ones.
Good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really a huge impact
Yeah.
on course management and what you're trying to do out on the golf course, right?
Yeah. Move the ball left or right. Yeah.
Gives you the opportunity. So you got a 5-iron? 4-iron?
4-iron work.
All right, so let's do a 4-iron.
Okay.
Exact same thing, starting left of the pole here, curving it to the right.
Okay.
This should essentially be a little bit easier for you.
Okay. Is this the same thoughts on how to do it?
Same thought,
Okay.
same process. The idea is, there's a less loft here, so it sits more upright or straight up and down. The club does, right? So less loft, it affects it even more.
Okay.
So you should see the ball move even more to the right.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you hit the stick.
I did hit the stick. I was aiming for it.
That's perfect. That's great for lesson 1. Yeah, so my student hit the stick on the first try. You should pass me now.
Yeah.
I did hit the stick. Okay.
So that felt.
So that was a little thin, a little
It was
quick,
thin,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, as we talk about tempo and some other things in our next lessons, we will definitely
Okay.
understand that, but just good even pace all the way through. There.
That was perfect. Holy cow.
Okay, so let's go back the other way. So now let's aim at the orange flag
Okay.
and curve it from right to left.
Okay. All right.
Your normal shot, right?
My normal shot.
Yep.
Yep. I. It's natural. It's not a planned thing. It just kind of happens.
Understand.
Okay. So let's see what happens. That was thin and bladed.
Yep.
Bad shot. If I would have hit that on the course, it would have been straight about 175.
Right up the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, I mean, I would have taken it, but. There. See that one move? That one.
Again, so
Oh, jeez.
he's fine.
Okay.
So when we work the ball the other way,
Yeah.
essentially it's the opposite of what we're doing here.
So hands before the hips.
Hands before the hips. Okay, and there's a couple different things. Now, when you look at a lot of golf swings, as they come back, right, there's a couple different ways. There's a club head, okay, looking at the head. You can come back and the face can be closed into this position, okay? So if I'm closed into this position and I'm coming through, where's my face at impact?
Yeah.
Completely closed, right? Ball has to go that
And are
direction.
you gripping the club differently, or is it just a
Not in this scenario.
Okay.
Okay, but if I set up here,
Normal.
and I come back and my toes up, this is much more traditional style swing.
Okay.
Okay, then as I come through,
Yeah.
then there's your release, right? So if I want to hit a draw, essentially I'm taking that club back a little bit more shallow
Okay.
here, and get to this point, and then I'm wrapping it around my body. So I'm coming in, and I can curve it.
Oh yeah.
I might kill somebody over there, but sorry.
Okay.
And curve it.
That was good. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the idea when you're going the other direction. But
Yeah.
that's more of your natural shot.
Right. It feels, but it's easier for me to do that because when I'm going through it like that with my hips before my hands,
Sure.
I can feel a little tension on the lower back because I'm actually focusing on that.
Well, I think, as you become a player that's looking to try to hit more on-demand shots on the golf course, those are some things that have to be caught automatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So if you need to hit it from left to right, you already know the setup. Now can we execute it?
Right.
When you go back to your normal shot, it's the same thing. Now the brain wants to think, all right, I just made one swing here. How do I do another?
Yeah.
So that's where your pre-shot routines will come in.
Oh.
Essentially, okay, let's
practice
let's
it before
take
you
that swing before we execute it.
Makes sense. So, quick question. So, if I'm trying to hit the draw and I'm pulling the club back, and you said pull it back to like more towards over my knee,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
come back over that way. So, does that affect my going through it, or is it just naturally going to ease its way back out?
Well, I look at two different things. So I look at, there's two main swing arcs, okay? There's a swing arc that goes more up in a U shape here, okay? And then there's a swing arc that wraps more around your body.
Okay.
So the more you wrap around the body is going to generate the club face to be closed at impact and help you turn that ball over to the other side.
So wrapping is what I'm doing trying to hit the draw.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. So I'm starting right of the thing and going to the left.
Yep. So, I mean, I would call that a
That drew a little.
Yep.
Straight draw. Kind
I would call that a pulled straight shot.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, I mean, essentially, if you're aimed at the 150 marker, okay,
Yep.
and you got to move the ball to the left.
Okay.
That's where I want the ball to start, and then it should naturally go to the left on its own.
Okay.
Mulligan.
Yeah. Exactly. I was thinking too much.
Yes.
I was trying to think about my swing a little much on that. All right.
So those are just pulled.
I know.
So two things when they're pulled, right?
Yep.
Is that club essentially at impact is coming more in this direction, right? Or in this direction essentially to get that ball. So if you set up these guides here, the club path still needs to continue this way as it's wrapping around your body. That's it. That's an extremely
So at the point of impact.
right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Do I need to position the ball differently in my stance?
Well, no, I mean, the two things with the ball position, right? So ball position back, you know, you're going to hit the ball first, right? So your timing is different, lower trajectory, depending on where your hands are. You know, for me, a player that hits a normal fade, I'm going to be late to it, so it's going to cut even more, essentially.
Okay.
If I set it up here, you know, obviously it goes high, but it gives me more time to come through the golf ball so I can turn my hands over more.
Okay.
So those are the things that, you know, you need to determine on the type of shot that you're looking to hit.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, but we're starting at the 150, right? We're just going to the left. So there's our target line.
I have a hard time hitting this club with the draw. Just
Is that a 4-iron?
it is.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
It is. I'm just telling you, like
Yeah.
it can be rather difficult.
Well, that's hard. That just goes
Okay.
back to what I was talking about.
I need to practice. I mean, I'm sure I could do it. It's just
It's hard for me to turn it over to.
okay. All right.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, it's dying off though, exactly how we talked about it.
Yeah. It moved a little.
Yep.
See, and I think this. I don't know why, but the higher lofting clubs for me, I can do that better with. And then my driver, obviously. And I don't know what that is about the aerodynamics of it, maybe or something, but
Well, a lot of it has to do with setup,
yeah.
right? So the setup of how you're addressing the golf ball,
Yeah.
essentially will determine that.
That might be right. Yeah, a little closer.
Yep.
And with the iron.
So a little heavy, but exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, it's that's moving straight to the right
Yep.
or to the left. Yeah, feels good. And see, the thing is that doesn't feel too much out of the norm. Like that's my natural
Okay.
shot, but I'm thinking through that a little bit, you know?
So going back to the basis of this lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So now on that same swing path, make it go to the right.
Okay. Oh yeah. All right. So hips for the hands,
Yep.
steeper club angle. Okay.
So, but it did. Just push.
It pushed it, but
Yep.
it wasn't. I wouldn't want that shot on the course.
Nope. That one's in the pond.
That's in the pond. But it did do the right
the right
action.
thing. Yes.
That one
There
felt
it
better.
is.
Yep, there it is. I felt it all the way through on that one.
So that's good. I mean, that's exactly what you're trying
Yeah.
to do.
Wow. Okay.
So now, as you know, we work in some of our deeper lessons that we'll get into in your post shot routine, right? So like that should be like, okay, I hit that shot, great. I kind of feel that motion as I'm going through. Now what do? Right? So like now do you take off your glove? Do you throw it in your back pocket? Does it always go in your back right pocket? Does it go in your left pocket? Do you get out your tee? Do you put your tee away? Do you get your coin? Do you put your club back in a certain thing into there?
Yeah.
No, you put it back in there. Do you clean off your club? Like those post things are like habits, right? So you can consistently be consistent under pressure no matter where you are. So like when you go and you're playing with whoever and you start to like get some money games going or whatever, there's no pressure because it's just my normal ball swing all the way through. I do the same thing before, during, and after the shot.
Yep. Okay.
So those are some things that, you know, your pre-shot routine you feel pretty comfortable with.
Yeah, that's my pre-shots. I mean, you know, I take 2 practice swings. Thinking about the stuff you're telling me though, with the steep angle and hips for the hands on the practice shots, that's good. So there's some stuff there. I think that, you know, if I'm starting to mentally think through a pre-shot, that's the stuff I would try to implement. I would think.
Okay, so let's walk through one.
Okay.
From start to finish.
Start to finish, I pull up my golf cart.
Yep.
Put my golf.
Private golf cart?
Yep, private golf.
Private golf cart.
That's right. I put my glove on.
Okay.
Normally what I do is I stand behind the ball and I kind of look as I'm walking up to it. I'm just getting a feel for like, okay, here's the path of the ball. So then I think, okay, left side of the green. Now if I'm trying to move it left to right, I would probably do my 2 practice swings. First one, I'm always just focusing on my one-piece takeaway, typically to keep my hands straight.
Yep.
So I was just, you know, get one quick one in. Then the second one is where I'd say, okay, here's the actual swing I would be looking at doing. So steep through it.
Okay.
And I normally set my club down, get the positioning of my eyesight on the ball right.
Okay.
Get my feet. And then as I'm getting my feet, I'm looking at the flag, seeing where I'm going to hit it. Usually do my one piece here real quick before I get ready to hit. And it's on. Now we move left to right, but a little more than I would have wanted.
Yep.
So I usually do that every time.
Good. Well, I think that's important. Obviously, you know, each and every individual lesson or pre-shot routine is different for everybody, right?
Yep.
I have 2 essentially pre-shot routines for myself, depending on kind of the situation of the golf ball and how it is and how it lies.
Okay.
Right. I think the other thing that, you know, as you look into it, and I'm sure you do on a normal basis, is really checking your surroundings, where the wind's going, where your miss is going to be. Because I think that we always try to hit perfect shots, but if we can calculate where our miss is going to be, we're usually going to be much more precise. We joked the other day about not having flags in the greens.
Yep.
That's a really good strategy for golfers, especially better golfers, to just hit the center of greens, and that kind of dials their focus in. And if you're always aiming for the center, right, majority of the time, well, if you're 15 feet right or left or high or low, wherever it means, you're still on the green.
Sure.
You know, when we're going for a pin seeking on the right corner collar on hole number 3 and you you know, hit it even more right and it goes in the bunker, obviously a more challenging shot there.
Yep.
Well, good. I mean, I think those are the important things right here. What I'd like to see.
So can you tell me what your pre-shot routine is? What do you, like, based on what I'm doing, what do you do? Like, what's your pre-shot routine?
It's very similar. It's very quick.
Okay.
So like my pre-shot routine essentially is come up, very similar to you, looking at my shot. I'm looking at essentially the green or where I want the golf ball to land, you know, and I'm visualizing the shot. I think, you know, I want to see in my eye, you know, whether that ball's curving one direction or the other direction or hitting it straight.
Okay.
So once I kind of figure out that shot and that aiming spot that I want to go, I will aim, I'll get set up and aim. Usually what I'll do is I won't take a practice swing. If I feel fairly comfortable, I'll just go and fire and let it go. If I get into a situation where the ball's sitting a little bit lower in the grass, it's not a perfect lie, It's a downhill lie. I'll be very similar to you. I'll set up. I kind of take this grass, feel the grass a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll take a practice swing and go through.
Okay.
But once I feel comfortable over the shot, I just let it go.
Okay. So kind of similar to what I do then.
Yep, very similar.
I think the feeling of the grass thing is true. I like that, knowing how it's going to feel going through the ball. I get that.
And there's lots of theories out there, but my kind of thought is if you can turn the brain off and you're just walking up and executing your shots, you're not having other things go through your mind, that could alter the shot.
That's
so
true.
It's just hitting it, just swinging it at the golf club or the golf ball, essentially.
Okay.
Okay, so I got two other things I want to see, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and set up to the ball like you're going to hit it for me. Now, hold on. So let's take this camera. We'll go into here. So what I notice, a couple things is, you kind of have an arched back, okay? And to me, the heel looks a little too much into the ground, okay? Now, so, these are some fundamental things that can really help with being consistent and hitting golf balls. And this will come more into the fitting when we get into a fitting lesson.
Okay.
But go ahead and set up for me.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, so, essentially I have this toe up in the air quite a bit, okay? So if I change it more, I still want the toe up,
Okay.
but I don't want it so much on the heel,
Okay.
okay?
So you want it like that?
Yeah, well, that feels,
So basically what that did then, by me doing that, it straightened my arms up a little bit.
straighten your back too,
Straighten
right?
my
So
back.
your back is essentially arched like this.
Okay.
I want to see a straight spine line. So like, think about,
I don't know if I
think
can bend
about,
that way.
think about this
Okay.
as you come over. And my
Okay.
back's pretty straight right here
Okay.
instead of more here. So it
Okay.
changes your position quite a bit,
You
right?
think my clubs are too short?
Well, we'll find out when we get into fitting.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily look at it, it's just changing posture.
Okay. So how does that look?
Much better.
Okay. Okay.
So really good contact.
Yeah, it didn't affect the contact, but
Not
I
at all.
noticed that it went to the right naturally.
I did too. And
Yeah.
that's what I was interested to see about, because that heel kind of digging here,
Yeah.
as it comes through that club face, essentially bends, right? And get it down.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that it would be toe digging into the ground more, but it doesn't look like that. So
Okay. Does that look pretty good? Okay. Yeah, it's just going to the right now, though.
right.
Interesting.
So let's do one more.
Okay.
Make sure you got the feet aligned to your target too. Feet were a little right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's consistent.
It's awesome.
Okay. Okay.
So, I don't know. All right. Go back to the other swing.
Okay. Just go back to how it was?
Yep.
Okay. Straight as an arrow.
Yep. So, I mean, that's kind of cool to be able to, manipulate with that is essentially, getting a little bit more upright with the golf ball.
Yeah.
Standing here automatically changes your swing path, right?
Right.
Because I'm going from here to here.
Yep.
So now my arc from here, going back to here, versus here, and going back to here, has completely changed. So you might be doing more of the upright swing on the backswing without even realizing it. It's just standing a little bit closer to the ball and getting a little bit more upright.
So are you thinking I use that in my game, or are you thinking that I need something different with clubs, or what?
Well, I'd be interested to see with clubs what the difference is,
Okay.
because my guess is if we get you into a right club, you're going to be pretty straight, maybe even have a little bit of a fade, which would totally mess with your mind for
Yeah.
a season. But it's a powerful shot, right? I mean, a fade's not a bad thing. Coming into the greens, they usually land softer, so you can control where it's going.
Okay.
So that helps, but
All right. What do you want me to do on this one?
I want you to call out your shot.
Okay.
Call
I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit normal club on the ground, so
Okay.
how I normally set up. I'm gonna do steep up, hips through first, and move it to the right.
it. Okay. Where's your target and where do you want it to finish?
I'm gonna aim at the 150, and I'm gonna want it to finish going about 10 yards to the right to the red flag.
Okay. Oh, okay. Pretty good. Definitely leaking. It's fighting that wind quite a bit,
I mean, I would take that.
but that's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty much exactly what you're looking for.
I would take that all day. That was great. All right. I think the hardest thing for me is the club path on getting it steeper, you know, because I'm so used to taking the one piece like just straight
Back.
reaching back,
Yeah.
and now for that shot I'm kind of going steeper,
Right.
which is mentally kind of messing with me.
For sure.
So
And that's why I like hitting, 4 or 5 of these shots, then going back to your normal way.
yeah,
So like one of these drills that we'll start to work on, and we'll use like a few more clubs. Well, okay, we'll do it now.
Okay.
Because it's fun.
all right.
All right, so this is a good drill that you can practice on your own, whether you're on the golf course or not.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you have 9 golf balls here, right?
Yep.
So 3 golf balls, they have to go from right to left.
Okay.
Here's the kicker. This has to go right to left high. This has to go right to left medium. This has to go right to left low.
Okay.
This has to go straight high, straight medium, straight low.
Okay.
This has to go to the right high, right medium, right low.
Okay. So
9 shots.
okay, so we haven't talked about how do I keep it high and low.
Ball position's the easiest way, right?
Okay.
So I mean, getting the ball position for a high shot forward,
Okay.
for a low shot back in your stance.
Okay.
Okay, now if I want to hit a 5-iron as low as I possibly can, I'm keeping it pretty much all the way to the back of my stance.
Inside right foot.
Inside right foot, maybe like an inch or 2 in
Okay.
from there, so roughly right in that spot.
Okay.
And I'm set up here, and I lean all my weight forward,
Okay.
so I'm coming down, and then my hands are coming forward into this position, and now I'm coming through, and I'm really trying to drive that hands low through impact,
Okay.
and drive that golf ball into the ground.
So you said your weight's on your left foot when you're hitting it low?
Yep.
Okay, weight on left foot.
So let's hit a few,
Okay.
just for fun before we start it.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I mean, we got an 8-iron,
Yeah.
right?
This is a 6.
Perfect. We can use that. So 6 is good because that one, 6, a 5-iron. Those are the like 2 ones that I'm going to try to use, trying to get under a tree, hit it low.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Okay.
perfect low.
All right.
So, just like the foot, to the weight to the left.
Holy cow, it worked.
So it definitely works.
I mean, my ball path's a lot higher.
for sure.
Yeah.
Now, do the exact same thing with that club. I want to see it only like maybe 10 or 15 feet off the ground. It only has to fly about 100 yards.
Okay, so softer swings.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Really good. Good. Okay, now I'll go the other way. High.
So this for me is just kind of a normal shot.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd call that high.
Yeah, that's
That was
high.
like a perfect high draw.
Yep.
People pay money for that. So now try to hit one medium.
Okay.
So center of the